Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel of the Breakpoint Notes. The Breakpoint Notes, for those who don't know that, it's a newsletter which is available on Substack. It's available for free, comes out every Monday or Tuesday, and is basically it tells you what happened in the previous week in the tennis world. We pick one topic or two topics, and we just talk about that. It's a good reading for probably ideal for your coffee break, for your lunch break, or if you just want to have a little bit of more information, or maybe pick something that you haven't during the previous week. In this particular episode of the Breakpoint Notes on YouTube, we gonna talk about the double sunshine, which just ended, with the victory of Jannik Sinner on the male side and Aryna Sabalenka on the women's side. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Alcaraz, who lost against Korda. And we're going to talk about the new guy, or one of the new guys who came, to light this week, which is Martin Landaluce. And yeah, there you go. Let's get started. So, as I was saying, I hope you really watched tennis in the last, I'd say, couple of weeks, maybe three, because of the double sunshine is one of the most exclusive period of the year. It's a really cool tennis to watch, very unpredictable as well in some certain way. Things happens, and it's very complicated to replicate great performance in both tournaments. It really hard, but this year happened again. So Jannik Sinner won the double sunshine, which means winning the ATP Masters 1000 in Indian Wells, followed like back to back with the one in Miami. And this time he won, and this means that basically he was the first male able to achieve this, so winning back to back the two, after Roger Federer back in 2017. So, isn't something particularly easy to do. It's never easy to win, but winning back-to-back two Masters 1000 event is something incredible. I also took a few notes, which is, to give just an idea. So is, apart from being the first male to win after Roger Federer 2017, is only the 8th man to do it. So the list of people, it's great company, great group of people to be part of. Federer, Djokovic, Agassi, Rios, Sampras, Chang, and Courier. So legends of the sport, and now Jannik belongs to that as well. So very, very well done. Also, that is his 7th ATP Master 1000 of the career. I think Jannik is playing one of the best tennis he has ever shown on court. It seems very complete. I believe the work he did previously at the beginning of the year on the service, it was particularly successful, and is paying off really in these particular moments where he needs that. It doesn't happen often that Jannik is in a situation where he needs to really rely on the service, but when it happens, he gets it off the troubles right away. Ace, 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 first serve in, not returned. So is really, really a strong weapon now on top of the others that he already has, backhands, forehands. Now, implementing drop shots more and more, coming to the net when it's needed. Isn't perfect there yet, but I think is, if you're looking for the aesthetic of the motion, and that probably it will take time, I guess. But the thing is, it seems to be able to pick the right moment to do that now, and which was something that has been added to his game, and therefore to his play games, play plan really. especially when he gets in a situation where it's a bit complicated, like a 30-30 or deuce, this situation like that. So it's a really a new weapon to have, and the service is going to be very, very, very important. So well done to him. So Sabalenka, for instance, moving on the ladies' side, confirmed the title, just won in Indian Wells, winning also the WTA 1000 in Miami. So double sanction for her as well. Sabalenka is a player that she is capable of incredible things. She can hit very, very hard the ball, but so they can do others of their opponents, like Rybakina, for instance. I believe she has very strong weapons as well. Sabalenka has this, let's say, attitude, this way of being and stay on court, which is come across like as very energetic and aggressive. But Sabalenka obviously has moments where she needs to add that in her game in order to win points. So trying to actually not just play with the racket and the balls, just also try to add this mental factor to bring it into the game to, let's say, intimidate the opponents, or just to trying to bring herself on a different level of energy. So Sabalenka, anyway, incredible athletes, and in this tournament in particular, just she defeated Rybakina in the semi-final. Rybakina was also her opponent on the final of Indian Wells, and Coco Gauff in the final. So well done to Sabalenka that she won the 11th WTA title, the WTA 1000 events over her career. So it's been amazing. Now, obviously, the transition is going to be to the clay court season, and it's a bit of a different story. What I personally, I wasn't surprised in terms of, you're always surprised when the number one in the world, Carlos Alcaraz, lose a match. Obviously, you're surprised. But last year, it happened in a similar way that Alcaraz lost in Indian Wells and in Miami, and this story kind of repeated itself. So this year, lost in Indian Wells against Daniil Medvedev in the semi-final, and this year he lost against Sebastian Korda. I think Alcaraz obviously has shown a fantastic level of tennis, really remunerative in terms of trophy, because he obviously won everything he could up until Indian Wells, and now is about to face one of the most important time period of the season for himself, also for not just because clay court is probably the most natural surface for him, but he won really everywhere, so it's really hard to say what's more natural than others. But let's say, on clay court he has the extra thing over Jannik, for instance. He has a massive amount of points to defend. Consider last year he won in Monte Carlo, he won in Rome, he won the epic final Roland Garros, 5 hours and 53 minutes against Jannik, saving 3 match points and everything. So last year was a success. Also, he had the final in Barcelona, whereas Jannik Sinner, for instance, he has something to defend in terms of points. Rome final, he was just back, and Roland Garros final. But obviously, I'd say in terms of expectations, Alcaraz comes there with much higher pressure, and but it's gonna be interesting, because I think he also Sinner, in that sense, is still, and that sounds incredible to me, Sinner is still looking to win his big title on clay. So he's still there at the point where he look back at the trophy cabinet and then sees the UMAG 2022 trophy in a final that he won, actually, funny enough, against Alcaraz. So he's still looking for win like a big trophy. He went very, very close. As we said, just last year, final at Roland Garros, final in Rome. So it's not if it's gonna happen, is when it's gonna happen. This could be the year. Really, all the bits seems to be in the right place to make it happen. We'll see, because obviously Alcaraz has shown some sort of, I wouldn't say dominancy, because obviously, again, Sinner had chances to win Roland Garros last year, but he obviously, Alcaraz shown a fantastic level of tennis, and yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just started the season, and it's gonna end with Roland Garros, and we'll see. It's gonna be super, super interesting. Obviously, here we're gonna come back every week and see, and trying to see and read between the lines on what happened, and hopefully you will appreciate commenting and giving us feedback, and why not some insight as well, if you're being a European season more accessible in terms of location and everything. Maybe if you have something interesting you've noticed, please let us know, and we'll be able to report it. One other thing I found particularly interesting in Miami was the performance of Martin Landaluce. Martin Landaluce is a 2006 born Spaniard player. I remember it was very noted, really, around Wimbledon back in 2022, when he actually made the semifinal of the boys. So he was playing the juniors tournament, and there was a big hype around it. There's a lot of talk, rumors, and in terms of this is gonna be the next great thing. Me being there on site that day, those days actually, I just remember that I went to watch him 2-3 times during the tournament, and it was impressive. Or what was for me, what was the most interesting thing to see on Landaluce was really the level of energy he was able to bring in on court. It wasn't something never seen before. I'm not saying that. It's just saying it was interesting to see that in a guy. So he wasn't shy. He was, kind of a fighter. He liked, tight matches, and he seemed to be comfortable in that environment. And fast forwarding to Miami, I'd say that what we have pretty much witnessed as well. So he was able to, I'm reading again, to actually defeat players like Giron, definitely a fighter, Darderi, number, top 20, Kachanov, not just top 20, but very, experienced guy, and Sebastian Corda, who just won against number 1 in the world. So to me, that tournament shows that Landaluce is not just a fighter, but he also likes, big chances, big occasions, big matches for him. So he had a chance and he took it. I think he has the both sides particularly well, very sharp in terms of good backhand, a good forehand. Is aggressive, and he was able to create an atmosphere on court which was very engaging for the audience as well. So the people around him were very engaged again, so which means very loud and able to bring the energy on his side, which can give him, an extra boost when you're playing especially tight matches, which helped obviously during the tournament. So I think it's a situation to say more to come. Hopefully, we'll with the time we'll have another player who brings different level of energy again, and different challenge to the others who are ready. there. For this week, it's everything, and apart from the fact that I forgot to say, that was interesting also because of the double sunshine. um, double sunshine because double is play awards, like Sabalenka and Sinner winning um, in the same, the double sunshine both. um, and also Kimi Antonelli winning the first GP in Formula One. So for those who are passionate about Formula One, you would see you've seen that Kimi Antonelli won the first Grand Prix in China the same weekend of the ATP and WTA Indian Wells final, and won the second one literally on the same weekend of the ATP and WTA Miami's final. So funny enough, the two sports were kind of linked. So same result happened, copy and paste. So Antonelli winning and winning, Sinner winning and winning, Sabalenka winning and winning. So it was kind of interesting to see and funny to to report that as well. In terms of the YouTube channel, so this is everything for this week. We'll talk more about tennis next week. Please watch it. It's gonna be interesting because again we switch surface. We go to Houston and we go to Bucharest and we go to Marrakesh. So there we're gonna see what's going on in the first part of the clay court season and who's gonna come on top of this first week. Keep in mind that next week will be then the week of Monte Carlo, so ATP Masters 1000 is back, and we're gonna see some good action over, in Monaco. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. So if you like the video, please let me know, let us know, because it's very important for us. Not just if you liked it, also if you didn't like it. If you find like something that you would like us to talk about, or if you have like suggestions, we appreciate comments in general. So please do comment. If you feel like you want to subscribe to receive notifications with new releases, please do it. Don't forget the Substack channel. Again, the link actually on the description. And thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.